my live stream. Finally, it's been like ages. Really, it's been like freaking ages. I tried live streaming in the past a week ago. Um, but anyways, hope you're all doing well today. It is a Friday. Oh my goodness, it's a Friday. And guess what? The sun, I think, is out. Let me check. Yeah, the sun is out. There's a lot of white clouds floating about. It's so gorgeous. I'm kind of tired and worn out of having the same gray weather since December. It wasn't a bright December. It wasn't a fun December for many reasons, but the weather did not make it feel good. Normally, the weather is always there to make you feel good, even if it's a horrible day. You can always count on the bright weather. It even rained this week, and it was okay, but still, it's just, hi, hello, hello, how are you doing? So, yeah, I'm just not fond of having gray weather. It's too much, really too much. I'm getting so bothered by all of the horrible weather. It's supposed to be summer, I expect just brighter, um, oh, okay. I just hope you're having a wonderful time, a wonderful Friday, because Fridays are always the best days. And it's also good when it's really bright. So it is still hot. It's been hot since December. But unfortunately, time and time again, it would be so gloomy. I never liked the gloomy weather. I just want to have bright weather with a hot sensation. So, anyways, it's been a while since I've done a live stream. I just want to chat. So, when it comes to transitioning, when it comes to wanting to transition, over the past few weeks, I've had more deep thoughts, and sometimes I just wish I was a biological woman. You know, I've had these feelings in the past, but this one is such a strong feeling now, a strong sensation. Sometimes I feel like I won't even make it, as I am now. So there's that. Um, also, I've been working on some stuff. I've been working on some books, and here's the problem with working on some books. Some of the books I'm working on, sometimes I will have a good idea. I will work with it for a couple of days, and then I will just um, dispatch it without even finishing it. Something is definitely wrong. I'm secretly Thanos. Thanos. I don't know that much about Thanos besides the snapping. But yeah, I remember those days when Endgame was coming out, and oh, those were the good old days, right? The really good old days. I think it was like 5, 6 years ago. Wow, time flies so fast. Just a few years ago, I remember starting out posting on this channel, and um, that's about it, really. I started, and everything was so simple. Everything was so simple, and it's just not the nostalgia talking. It's me experiencing the simplicity, because back in 2019, it was the most simple year I've ever had. There was less stress. In fact, uh, you could say the only thing that stressed me out was myself. um, I had a good time in 2019. So it was like the only good year, the only good relaxing year. And I feel like 2021 to some extent was a bit relaxing, but it was not close to 2019. 2019 trumps everything. 2020 was a horrible year. 2022, I would say, was a very impactful year. It was quite impactful, and I wouldn't say relaxing. I would say fun, upbeat. 2023 was very, what's the word? I would say I learned a lot in 2023. I experienced a lot, things I would have never experienced before. I experienced, and same with last year. I feel like ever since 2023, um, I just got slightly better with experiencing different stuff, different things. It's weird because I don't have that much memory of 2023. It was such a quick year. It went just like this. I was sick the entire year. And then last year came, and even last year, it was quite a long year, a lengthy year. I had some good moments, some memorable moments. This year, so far, we're almost at the end of January. Guys, just now I'm going to be, I don't even know, 100 years old. And then I'll ask the question, where have all the time went? Well, the time went away because I'm wasting it. So I just want to rant about some stuff, really. So first thing is first, how is my books coming along? Well, I would say that my books, as I mentioned earlier, I'm jumping like a tick from story to story. I can't stay put, and this is something I've had a problem with since years ago. I'm trying to stay put and make sure I write as uh, just one story as quick as possible. But the only problem is that anytime I feel let down, I quickly jump to another story. That's not a good thing. It's not a good sensation to have. And the thing is, I just got to keep writing. I don't care. I should ignore everything else and just keep writing. Um, but yeah, I would say that other stories I've worked with in the past, longer stories, I can't publish right now because it costs a lot of money to publish larger books. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I can publish a 160-page book, which features like 30,000 words, that's going to be really cheap. If I publish a book that features 100 to 200K words, which could possibly be around 300 to 400 pages, that's going to cost me a lot of money. Right now, I don't have that much money, so a lot of my larger projects were put on hold because of this. You know, it just costs so much. I don't want to throw money away like that. So the best thing I can do right now is at least start a chain reaction where I post my first book, and then that book will make me some money so I can actually then publish the larger books. You know, I have to have something small to begin, and then we can end with something. Well, no, we can continue with more larger projects. I just don't like writing small books because I really like to have a bunch of words, and not because I don't want my books long for the sake of being long. I want them to be descriptive, and you can't be super descriptive when you are short for words. That's the problem. And if I am restrained by, you could say, 30,000 or 35,000 words, I have to be very cautious. I have to be leery about my words and leery about my descriptions. And that's the only thing I have to do. So I kept contemplating on what book to actually do. So far, I'm going to do a young adult book, and I don't know if I should do another one, but we'll see. We will see. Um, what else can I really say? But it's actually just fun to have all these wonderful ideas, but actually writing the book is a problem. If I had no word limit, if I had some extra money to spend on the book, I would have written my larger projects by now. But instead I don't. So obviously I have to be cautious with my money. I have to be thrifty. And that's not only the problem. Editing costs a lot of money, but you also have to purchase proof copies. In my country, I think this is common in every country. When you publish a book, you have to send a copy to the National Library of your country, and that's going to cost a lot of money, not just for for printing that specific book, but um, for delivering it to that specific place. Because I don't even know what to do because I've never given a package before. I've never sent a package before, you know? So it's so bizarre. That's going to be so bizarre, but I still have to do it. And the worst part is that what if my book is not perfect? You know, it's like, what if it's just awful? So I'm extremely worried about that. I don't have enough money to make mistakes, to try out different font sizes and see which is good and which isn't and print multiple variations. I can't do that. So I have to be extremely cautious right now for what I'm going to do. Anyways, yeah, I will sell on Amazon. So that's that. It will be only print on demand. So there will be no digital copy. I'm sorry. But I think it's good to have physical copies. It may be more pricey, but I do believe that it's best to read a book by hand than scrolling through the screen. I just can't stand that. And I'm writing using a book and I'm using my notebook. So I'm using digital and I'm using physical paper. Obviously, it's more fun to write with a pencil, but at the same time, I also find it a bit more fun to type. And I don't want to be staring at the screen the entire day because that's gonna hurt my eye. So I rather just you could say quickly round up my projects, write as much as I can on the books, and for the final draft, finish it off on the screen. I actually purchased a little cable. It's somewhere behind that, a little cable where I can connect my keyboard. I can connect this little, well, not little, this gigantic keyboard to my phone because the notebook I'm using, it's great. It's been working very well since 2019, but the problem is that I can't do that much with it compared to the phone because the phone I have access to the internet, I have access to so many apps. I can really publish as much as I can, write as much as I can with that keyboard. So I can use this as a mini screen or a mini PC and use my keyboard fun. Like it'll be so fun just to use it. It's kind of tough to type using the phone keyboard. I don't like it. I really don't like it because it's all small and you can make mistakes with it. And if you have gigantic fingers like me, obviously it's going to be a problem. And don't forget the keyboard will take so much screen space. It really is irritating. It just it looks uneven. So it's good just to have a keyboard connected to your phone. So yeah, I have other larger books to be published, but obviously I have to put them on hold until I get my smaller projects out first to at least ignite a chain reaction to make enough money. It doesn't have to be like millions of dollars in sales. I'm not here to. I know that's a dream. That's like a really good dream. But let's face the facts that um, I don't want to. I don't just only want to write for the sake of selling just for the sake of um, being number one. I want to entertain people. I want people to be really entertained with my books, even if it's a niche audience, even if each book gains a different type of audience. I'm fine with that. I'm really fine with that. Not every book needs to be a billion dollar sale, massive enterprise, but obviously I can write books to be extremely inclusive in ways so more people can get into them. But on the other hand, some of those books may not even spread out as far because obviously there's a vast ecosystem of books. You're competing for an audience. Obviously, some people will either give you a chance or not. I think it's best for me to just at least make a small amount right now, publish my bigger books, and I feel like those bigger books will actually generate much more of a larger audience than anything else. Um, but yeah, I hope you guys would really get into those books when I publish it, which obviously I can only publish in one language right now. I don't know any other language. I don't know that much of other languages. Um, but yeah, if it does get super popular, then I can obviously get someone to translate. But if it has a niche audience, I don't have to worry that much. Um, so a small audience would actually work out fine. But you know what? If I get a big audience, it's also fine. Uh, I know for a fact that not every work I will post, not every project I will post will receive so many readers. But honestly, if I just get a minimal amount, I'm happy. I'm just happy. I just hope I get like a fan base that's actually um, interested in some of my works. You know, um, that would be really cool because I just want to keep publishing stories, and it's going to be a massive adventure. All right then. Sometimes when it's so gloomy, I don't even feel like writing. That's the problem with gloomy weather. I don't feel okay. The clouds look like it's going to be gloomy today. Oh, I don't like gloomy weather because it really ruins your spirits. Everything feels dark and all stuffy and horrible. It reminds you of horrible times. I always associate horrible times with this type of weather, you know? I don't feel like I have enough space to write stuff. I don't feel like things are working out in my way. And honestly, the clouds really promote that mentality. Anyways, let's talk about some trans stuff because that's the fun part about all of this, right? The trans topic. So, um, okay, when it comes to trans stories, I don't even know anymore if I would even do that because it has become such a trend. That's kind of the problem, really. You know, as much as I want to write these type of stories, it's become such a trend to even think about them in the first place. So many people are so hyper fixated on these type of topics that it doesn't feel fun anymore. Always feels like you're gonna get canceled 10 or 20 minutes in. So if I ever write a trans character, it'll be for some kind of satire or something because I'm just really exhausted right now. And I feel like most of us need to laugh. There were a few sapphic stories I had an idea for, multiple ideas for. And I was actually going back in time using Google, obviously. And I was looking at the old pulp images, you know, the old pulp magazines. They have those wonderful explicit drawings on the cover. And I was using them as inspiration for some of my stories. And it's like, it's so awesome. There are so many like lesbian stories out there. You can really search it and you'll find a bunch of those type of pulp covers. And the thing is that I really want to at least make a few sapphic stories. But first, let's not jump uh, so quickly. I have to at least make some money. You know, I feel like those sapphic stories won't generate as much revenue compared to making a story that's for a more wider audience. So I'll just do that for now, work on some stuff, but I will publish now and again something to do with sapphic romance, or I don't know, anything to do with a sapphic character. That's gonna be kind of fun, really. Anyways, moving on from that, what else can I really talk about? Speaking of book covers and all that type of stuff, when it comes to covers, I don't want my covers to be explicitly um, spoiler. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to spoil the entire story on the cover because I feel like even though it may be really good, I feel like that's just not something I want to do. I want to convey a message using the cover. You know, I want to convey something in some way. And I think that's going to be a really cool concept instead of just focusing on on the easy generic character standing in front of the picture. I would rather have, you know, maybe the character do something that would actually be meaningful, something that has a meaning behind the book. something like that, something that could really, you know, gain some kind of eye, some kind of viewership, but at the same time, not tell too much. I don't like when stories tell too much on the cover. It's not good. I don't care how beautiful the image is. It's you're not supposed to really tell so much on the cover, and that's what I believe. I believe that covers are also an art form, just like the words inside the cover. Uh, they have to all be art forms, and we have to treat it as such. And since you know those generic characters standing in the middle, you have one right there. Uh, you have my Black Cauldron DVD, and you have the main character right there. It looks cool and all, but when it comes to like what I want to do for my work, I don't want to put the main character standing there, and that's just it. There has to be more to that. There has to be a meaning. There has to be something that represents the story. It represents a feeling. So when you look at that cover, you will feel a sensation that would match, for the most part, what's written in the book. It's better to do that than to just have a generic cover. Same with video games. There's so many generic covers. They all look the same. It's like, okay, what is this video game exactly? Because they all look the same. It could be a really intriguing video game, but then you have this bland cover that there's no inspiration whatsoever. So the covers I want to make, it should really reflect the theme, reflect the sensations you might feel inside, or or in other ways, maybe it can tell parts of the story that hasn't been mentioned in words. You know what I'm saying? Something that is not mentioned in the story, but it's represented outside. You know, that's kind of interesting. But I don't want to have anything with spoilers. I think that's just not fun. Anyways, let's talk more about some trans stuff. Um, okay, so so when it comes to when it comes to trans women, my type. My type is, well, I don't even know. Here's the thing. I am specific about my type, really specific. I like fair women, and obviously, um, over the years, I really enjoyed some of those trans features. You have the shoulders, you have the beautiful face, that strong face, the strong shoulders, really beautiful, you know? Something really alluring about that. Um, anyways, yeah, I can make a full video on what I like about trans women, but obviously I'm not going to do that, because I don't have the time. I keep wanting to, and then I don't have the time. And okay, so anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I am lost for breath. I've been like this since last year, just struggling to breathe. Honestly, it's so ridiculous. But I really hope you guys have a wonderful Friday. Wait, let me check if it is Friday, because sometimes I could be wrong. Yep, it's Friday. Have a wonderful day. Bye.